Hi there. Today we are going to start chapter 1 of unit 2 in that few topics. Let me make my big screen and then let me introduce myself again. My name is Dr. Muhammad Abdul Bari. I am associate professor in CSC department, KMSC College. Now, what are the topics today? What are the topics we are going to cover? There is a part of software engineering unit 2. One is eliciting engineering and developing a use case. So we are going to cover these topics. Let me make it my screen big. Okay, let me take out the ping and then let's what is elicitation task. This is the process of gathering requirement. This is the part. What is this? It is a process of gathering information, and most important information from where? Stakeholders. Why it is very difficult for this task? Because there is one problem of scope. What is that problem of scope? We identify the boundaries of the system or specify too much of technical data rather than explaining the objective. We are not going to explain the objective of this part. We are just explaining the detail of that one. Problem of understanding what is want, what is the domain of where the computer can handle, what is the environment of this, what is the environment of the software that is going to handle. That is problem of understanding. I repeat, what is wanted by and what is the problem, or where the domain is used, what the computer environment is used, and what input and output that can be handled. Then problem of violation, that is the requirement is going to change over a time. I repeat the main point of this slide. One is elicitation task. Elicitation task is nothing but process of gathering information from the stakeholders. What is more elicitation requirement is very difficult task because it is a problem of scope. Too much of technical details are detailed rather than giving you scope, abstract. Problem of understanding where it is used, why it is used, which environment it is used, and requirement is going to change over the period of time. It is of two types. One is collaborative requirement, other than is quality functional requirement. One is collaborative requirement rather than other one is quality functional requirement. So basic guidelines of collaborative requirements, we will see it. Meeting are conducted both by the software engineer as well as for the customer. First point. And rules are prepared by the participants. Rules are prepared and participants are established. Means before that, what are the rules? Means who is going to handle the meeting? What are the points? What are the agenda of the meeting? And who are the participants of the meetings are established. As I said, the agenda is suggested. The facilitator can be a customer or developer or outsider control the meeting. The facilitator means who controls the meeting. The facilitator is nothing but who controls the meeting. The rules are prepared and it is attended by both the software as well as software engineering as the customer, and there is a facilitators who will take over the meeting. And definition mechanism means all the points are noted. Can be worksheet, flip chart, other electronic bulletin board, chat rooms, or others are mechanism there to able to communicate. What is the goal of this? To identify the problem, propose the element of solution. If there is a problem, there should be a solution for it. If there is a problem, then there should be a solution for it. If there is a solution, then there should be a negotiation part of it. So there is a negotiation part of it. And set of solution. What are the set of solution? Preliminary set of solutions. So what are the points of collaboration requirement? There is a problem, there should be a solution. If there is a solution, there should be a negotiation, and then what are the solution for that one? So basic guidelines of collaboration requirement is software engineering as well as customers sit together. The rules are prepared or established. There is a facilitator who controls the meeting. The definition mechanism is there, like where we are going to have virtual meetings or something like that. Correct? This is the main agenda of the slides. Let's move on to other part, that is quality functional development. Quality functional development. This is a technique that translates the need of customer into technical requirements. Means this is a technique. What is a technical? What the customer want, it is been transferred to technical requirements. As I said it, if customer want in the website or in the project, they want to have phone pay operation or they want any PayPal option, then that requirement is been technically modified. further. This emphasizes to understand what is the value to the customer, then deploy this value throughout the engineering process. This is more valuable, this requirement is more valuable to the customer, and it has to go throughout the process of this one. There is a function, there is a information, and there is a task which is given to it. A technique, this quality functional is nothing but a technical translation is given to it. What do you mean by technical translation? Technical requirements are converted into technical part, and which is most important of this, it's given a valuable to that one, and it is being deployed through all the process of it, which has got functional requirement and everything. And identify three types of requirement. There is formal requirement, what are objective, what are goal of that one. Expected requirement, how you are going to implement in the product, okay, and what may be the fundamental of it. What is that? We have got objective, normal requirement, and goal. The second requirement is the expected requirement, which is implicit and product, and the third one is exciting requirement. What will be the future beyond the customer expectation, and you prove that point, okay. There are three parts in that one. One is normal requirement, which is given to you. Other one expectational requirement, and then exciting requirement. So this is a technical part where technical requirements are transferred to a technical part, and which is more valuable. It is being part throughout the whole requirement and is identified into three parts. What is the normal requirement, expected requirement, and exciting requirement. Normal requirement, it gives you objectives, and expected, what will be the product of it, maybe fundamental customer does explicitly, and the other one is beyond this customer expectation. Quality functional requirement have functional development, determine the values as provided by the customer. Each function required by this, what are the values for the each function, which is very important. Information, identify the data object and what are the events, what are the data is going. Examine the behavior. We are going to see this part when we move on, but task development, if I do this task, what will be the output? If I do this task, what will be that? We call it as a behavior. Changing the environment. Value analyze, determine the relative priority, which is going to become first, which is going to come down. So quality functional development has four parts. That is functional development, which is the value for that one. Then information development, identify the data object and event. And task development, if I go for the data object and event, what will be the environment for that, how the environment changes, that is we call it as behavior. And value analyze, determine the relative priority of the requirements. Then this is a diagram which is being shown here. We are going to see this part later on, there is no problem, but a functional part. This is elicitation requirement. Conduct a meeting. Yes, we conducted a meeting. Make list of functional classes. Yes. Make list of constraint, etc. Is quality functional development is priorities requirement? If yes, there is no create a use case. Informally prioritize requirement. If it is all formal requirement from prioritization, no, then we'll come up, then we'll create a use case. Then I'll go and back, and my future classes I will explain you all this diagram. Let's take an example. I just take it as a flow chart, okay, but this is not a flow chart. I repeat, this is not a flow chart, it's a UML diagram which we will be seeing later on. So once it is, draw a use case, identify the actors, write scenarios, complete the templates. This is part. So elicit requirements, conduct a meeting, make the functional classes, make the constraint. This one, just move on back. What is this one? Correct. Identify the problem, propose the element of solution, negotiation, everything. So what is this? Here we have got conduct a meeting, make the functional classes, make the constraint. Is Q quality is required? Yes, then we'll go. If no, then prioritize the requirements. Then we'll have, once we come up, draw a use case diagram. For this one, you can able to go for this other part, then define an actor, write a scenario, complete the templates. This is a part of eliciting requirement flow chart. Correct. Then next part, work, eliciting work product. A statement need to be flexible, means it can be anything. It can work anywhere, and it should be very flexible. I can use that, anybody can use. The boundary statement of scope for the system, and there should be a boundary for the system and the product. A list of customer, user, and other stakeholders who participate in the requirement. This should be there. So who are the customers, who are the users, and who are the stakeholders who participate in requirement elicitation? Correct? Requirement, this part. And this description of the system technical environment. What are the technical requirement of the system and what actually are there? And what domain you are going to specify. You are going to, what is the technical requirement and which domain. You may be applying for domain, you may be applying for Java, you may be applying for some other parts. A set of use case scenarios which are provided to you. Any prototype is given to you. Correct? These are the elicitation work product. Elaboration tasks. What do you mean by elaboration task? During elaboration software engineering task, the information obtained through inception, elicitation, starting point, and elicitation, that is information, are being expanded. So here, whatever the task requirement we got it from this, we are going to elaborate, expand it. Elaborate focus on developing, refining. What are the refining technical model we can able to use it? What are the information we got it from here? We got it from here. We are going to use in elaboration form. We were going to expand it. Is it right? Let's take an example. We start the meeting. We have a cup of tea. Now we are going to have a cup of tea. What type of a cup of tea? Means a cup of tea. How much sugar you want? And this is the part of it. Then in analyzing model, there are two things: use case development, domain class, state mechanism diagrams are captured. These are the two. Domain class defining along with the attributes and relation. The end result is analyzing model. Define the functional and other behavior models. Functional and behavior domains. During elaboration, we are just point of this slide is that during elaboration, what we have got it, whatever the data we got it from inception and elicitation, we are going to expand it. Correct? And we are going to refine it. We are going to use few analytical model, that is use case development, domain classes, and state mechanism. And developing a use case, step 1, define set of actors that will be involved in the story. What are the actors that's going to involve in the story? Actors are the people, devices, or rather than system. Actors are nothing but, which is nothing but I've just represented in UML. We are going to see this part in unit 4, but at the moment actor is something like that. Are the people, are the device, or the system that uses a system. Product within the content of the system, and behavior that describe the actor. Correct? Actor are nothing but the communication with the system. They are the people or product who communicate with the system itself. The rest of step 2, develop the use code where each answer will answer. Now let's move on to other slides. Use case scenario, a collection of user scenarios that describe how the system is used. Each scenario described from point view of an actor. Do remember, use case scenario is neither describe how it is used. Each point is described with the help of an actor, a person, that device. This one. Each scenario answers the following question: who is a primary actor, secondary actor, what are actor goals, what are preconditions that should be exit, what is the functional requirement, a non-functional requirement, then what is the extension might be considered, what variable you are going to use, what information the actor desire for the system, does actor wish to inform about the expected output. Means these are the points of an actor. We are going to see more in this coming slides. Correct? Look, this is an use case. We are performing ATM transaction. A use case, a single unit meaningful work. What is that? It is just for a high level behavior model that you are going to withdraw it. Customer, that becomes your actor is withdrawing. So this is one use case which is available. A negotiation use case tool. A customer is being used withdrawing a cash. Then other, this is one. This becomes homeowner. There are two actors here. There are administration. What? Arms, disarm systems. This is what you call home automation. This is homeowner. This is what user diagram, which all the specify. What are they? Actor can arms and disarm the arm system, access system via internet, respond to the alarm event, encounter error conditions. What is the system admin to? Reconfigure the system. What is this? This is a sensor. This is a sensor which is available because sensor user can able to access through internet and arms disarm, but sensor is always available responding to the alarm, all these parts, this is all predefined. So this is predefined which can use. This is the use case of this one. So what we have seen an actor, we have